creator set. But as I started this series, I did a little extra set to warm up to. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to finish building the Ayrton Senna, and you can tell this is quite a good size Formula One Lego model of the Ayrton Senna set. The McLaren, let's see here. Get the little stat here, the driver minifig. So I saw this on display a couple summers ago and just thought it was a really cool set and didn't necessarily want to pay for it full price, but then kept looking, searching, finding it on Amazon, and it was about half price, about $48 through a private seller, but shipped through Amazon Prime. And so, hey, there it is. Why not? And you get this cool instruction booklet. I was a bit concerned that it wouldn't be the set itself or new, but everything is new. All the bags are new. I just didn't get the box. Did not get the box to the set, but the rest of this McLaren set, including very cool looking minifigure, the driver himself with a cool helmet. It's all there. It looks good. He's got his trophy. Brazilian driver. So, welcome, Alexandria, B Bandits, Kathy, welcome to the live stream. Good to see you guys here. If you like Lego, thanks for joining. And here we are, setting up what will be a fun Saturday build. So thank you guys. A little bit earlier, but maybe that helps with your time zone. I think for sure it's a little bit better for all you three. So we'll see. We'll see if we connect some other people. And either way, just gonna build on this Saturday, the weekend before Thanksgiving. Lots to be thankful for, family, friends, and now some brick therapy time. Love it. And of course, here is the creator set assembly square 10255. I was gonna try and build some more of it to just be done with bag 3, but no, didn't get to set aside the time to do that. But just to warm up, figure this might be a little bit longer of a stream today, so we can get a little bit more casual, not try to, I don't know, talk through every single thing that I'm doing and just enjoy the build time. So thank you for being here and joining us and talking about Lego. Hey, welcome. Let's see. Is it Lonnie? Lonnie, wait, what set is retired? So this is, well, this set's retired. This set's been retired for a couple years now. Lego Creator Set Assembly Square. It's one of the modulars, 4,002 pieces. And of course, this being Lego Insiders Weekend, if you're into Lego collecting or modulars, then you probably know that Lego's got a bunch of deals going on right now on its website or at the Lego store itself. So if you are a Lego fan, then please join the live stream and hang out. Maybe give us a subscribe just for joining the chat. Really appreciate that. Dog Guy, hello. Good to see you. Welcome. Britton Bricks, welcome. Let's see. Lonnie says, do you collect Marvel Lego? I do. I collect some DC, but it sucks being a Lego DC collector because they're not producing a lot of sets for DC that aren't Batman. Yes, Lonnie, I do. We do have Marvel. That was actually probably one of the first series or theme of sets that I got into with my kids. I was talking about how I got back into Lego as a grown-up with my kids. And of course we built up, my younger son and I built these Lord of the Rings sets. But yeah, we have quite a few Marvel sets, especially when all the good movies were out, just before 2020, all the way up to Infinity Wars and Endgame. So yeah, we have a Milano ship. We have the Doctor Strange house. Can't think of the name right now because I'm going to confuse it with the Batman one. But yeah, then some DC sets. We got a cool DC set. I don't remember the set number, but it was like Superman's birthday. And it had Green Lantern and Superman and Superdog and a couple other guys that I don't know. I think the Flash was one of them. I think that's DC. So yeah, we have an Aquaman set, all small sets that we got with our kids. So yeah, yes, So that's cool, Lonnie. You like Marvel, DC more. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the I don't. Whoops. I don't know what the new sets would be that would other than Batman. So you're right. Good point. You have to be. You'll have to contact Lego and say, "Okay, make some more DC sets other than Batman," because there's lots of comic book fans, Lego fans for sure. So B Bandit says, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to never miss an upload. Building the Lego F1 McLaren. You're watching Brick Therapy 23. Psh, B Bandits, yes sir. Thank you. Braden Briggs, glad to see you here. Lonnie says that's cool. Santorum, yeah, Sanctum Santorum. That's it. That is the one. That's from the Lego Batman movie. I'm pretty sure. Ah, okay. So yeah, the Lego Batman movie. A little bit outside the canon, right, of DC sets. So yeah, the birthday one, that's probably right. But it came with just so many cool minifigures, and I forgot what it reminded me. It reminded me of a kind of like a Ninjago set we have, kind of the same setup with a stage and like 5 key characters in it or minifigs. So I just had to get that one. And to have a Superman minifig was probably the most fun of it all. So yeah, that definitely sparked my interest in getting that set. The Aquaman set was probably from the movie because it has the whoever the guy is that played him, kind of looks like him, and then it has like 3 or 4 other characters. And gosh, those were all like probably 2018 sets when we got those. So yeah, I'll have to dig those out. Some good sets though for DC and Marvel. I loved the Marvel sets though, especially when I decided, you know what? My son's got me back into Lego. Why don't I get the... Actually, I'm going to take this tray out of here. I don't need it just yet, because I'm going to finish building the McLaren set, and I only have literally 2 bags left versus the assembly square. Quite a lot more. So this McLaren set was a fun buy. Like, I saw it. You got the cool tires. I love this. So cool. This McLaren set I got for roughly 40% off. So I think it's $80 on Lego. But I saw it on Amazon. Dropped down to about 67. And then this one private seller had it for 48. And I think I had like a leftover Amazon gift card for a few more dollars. So thought, you know what? I'm just going to get that set because I want to experience the build. And this has been probably one of the funnest builds, especially when you get into the engine block there, and you can it kind of simulates the cylinders and all the workings that goes into a race car build. This part here with the tire, where the tires get mounted, is kind of some Technic pieces. And just a fun assembly to kind of see it all kind of snap into place, literally. And then, of course, the spoiler on the back. A very cool car. Some stickers, obviously, you could tell. Some cool stickers on there. I think there are some printed pieces. I don't remember. I think this was a sticker also. But yeah, and then the minifigure, the guy himself. So let me finish up this build. It was a fun build. All right, Lonnie, hey, thanks for joining. Please leave a like and subscribe. And join. Yeah, Jason something. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, please subscribe and join our channel. Thanks for being here and saying hello and talking about some Lego topics. I love it. Let's see. So yeah, I think let's see. You got the McLaren set. Yes, Vel the Brit. We got the McLaren set. I usually don't get any Speed Champions or these sets, but I really like the series of these bigger Formula One builds. I don't think I'd want to collect them all, but man, they're huge. Like I said, I think it was almost the width of the assembly square here. It's I think these are a part of the Ideas line, and so that's been fun. Just fun to build that. So yeah, the McLaren set. Let's see. Welcome, Darth Vader. Darth Vader's here. Britton Brick says, so the tiers are the thing most builders complain to Lego about. The rear tiers are not to scale. They should be wider. And as this was a commemorative set, this was a huge mistake by Lego. Oh, really? I did not know that. So this was not accurate, even though it's a smaller scale. Well, the build is pretty sweet. 3D Davis. Oh my goodness. Long time no see. Welcome back. Welcome back. Very cool to have you here. So yeah, guys, thanks for joining the live stream. I will be building up this set and getting back to this set. So let me open bag 5. And looks like I got one more good size sticker, I think. I think this is all. Must be another label piece, but that's a pretty good size sticker right there for the McLaren. Oh, and I don't know, I was gonna show you guys this. I don't know if you guys remember when I was building the Jazz Club, which, by the way, your last chance to get it might have disappeared. I think the set is now sold out on Lego. But yeah, when I was building the Jazz Club, let me angle the camera a little bit over here. This set right here, this other cool looking modular. So here's the Jazz Club. I think when I got to about this level right here, right before the 3rd level, there were some corner maroon pieces that I could not find when I got to like probably the last 2 bags. And I was thinking maybe I misplaced them, or maybe the pieces were in another bag. It was just like a mistake in the packaging. So sort of got the pieces. I found some in my own collection to supplement, which was fine because it's not a red color, it's like a more maroon color. So that was the challenge, to see if I even had some pieces like that to replacement. But 8 to 10 weeks, no, maybe more like 2 weeks later, I got some of the replacement pieces from Lego here, which is very cool. And check the mailbox today, and there you go. There's some, the Lego replacement pieces arrived in the mail. All you got to do is email them and say you didn't get your, or you didn't get some pieces, or you had some pieces missing. And those are the maroon pieces that I was missing in that one corner section of the build. I think I had all but one of these plates right here, the 1x3 that wraps or goes into like a perpendicular shape. But very cool to get that. Very cool to get these pieces back in the mail and finish up the Jazz Club. Although I did have the supplement to get to that, so that was good. And 8 to 10 weeks? No, not that long. Not that long. So that's pretty cool. So I don't know if you guys have gotten a new set lately, and perhaps you're missing something. I had seen some people post on custom reviews like, oh, I never got the missing pieces I asked for back, and, you know, beware. But no, got it. So Vale the Brit says, got a few Speed Champion sets. Got the 007 Aston Martin. Ooh, we got that one too. Built that one during our summer live stream in between the Lord of the Rings sets. Very cool. The Lambo, the Mustang, and the Dodge Hellcat. Erwin says, a lot of my Legos are fake, and only 2 of them are actually from Lego. All right, Erwin. So you're still liking the build? So I guess you could say you have 2 Lego sets and then 2 alternative sets. Lego Alt Brick. Croissants, welcome. Diana, I'm going to leave a like. Awesome. Good to see you guys. Some fun names there. 3D Davis is here. Cosmic Bricks is here. I'm not sure if I gave you your high five. Cosmic Bricks, let's go. He says, what do you think of my new channel profile pic? I can't see it very well on the screen here, Cosmic Bricks, but you might have to describe it. But very cool nonetheless. A new logo. Owen! Welcome, welcome. Owen, also known as Cosmic Bricks, I believe. So here we go. I'm going to open up bag 5, get into this, finishing up this Ayrton Senna set, this McLaren set. This was a fun build all the way through, so might as well finish it up here in the live stream. Here's a cool printed piece. One of these side slope pieces. I'm just going to call everything a slope piece that kind of has a curve to it. But it's got the Honda logo on it, and I don't think I need a tray for this one since each bag is very straightforward for the most part, and you're not buried in a ton of pieces to finish up the bag. All right, so let's see. Looks like I'm putting on the tires soon. Got some more Technic pieces to deal with. And this is Lego Insider Weekend. So I've been kind of monitoring, I don't know about you guys, I've been kind of monitoring how things are going. It looks like the Lion Knight's Castle was a huge or most popular set, one of the most popular sets to get, judging from the talk on some AFOL channels and such. So that's kind of cool. And, or I guess not cool if you're trying to trying to get it. But that one and the Jazz Club, I think, went quickly. I don't know. It sounded like maybe the other Disney Castle was popular. And I'm not interested in having that set. It looks like a cool build, for sure. But yeah, so there's some popular sets. There's a few sets that have that quadruple points offer. So if you buy a set with quadruple insider points, then obviously, let's say it's worth 400 points. Then instead of getting 400 insider points, you're getting, 4 times that, right? So 1,600 points. So that's kind of cool, depending on what sets you like. There's only a few that have that offer next to them, but I noticed the Willy Wonka set, I believe, was one of them. I don't know, maybe that set's not that popular. I know they released it kind of in the midst of all the other big sets, like the Black Pearl set and the Goonies set, and I don't know, some other kind of more anticipated, of course, the UCS Death Star. So it had a lot of competition. But again, here's some cool kind of build techniques, some more, let's see, engine pieces here to install. Not sure what this resembles because I'm not a mechanic, but obviously it's going to go where the engine build is in the middle that I was showing to you guys as I started to recap everything. So yeah, the Insiders thing does look tempting. Of course, I've been saying that my biggest want in terms of sets right now is probably rare or slim to no chance that there'll be anything offered discount wise, or I don't know, quadruple points for sure not happening. But it's still also a double insider point opportunity. So the Natural History Museum is on my list, and that might be a possibility. You do get some giftable purchases as well. Of course, if you guys are Lego enthusiasts, you already know this. But it's interesting to kind of just see what is people are, clamoring for and wanting to have and add to their collection and get on the Lego website as soon as it turned midnight, and I don't know, get whatever piece they were, or pieces or sets they were hoping to get, and spend the monies on the Lego. All right, so we got I'm gonna put this other engine piece assembly. Almost looks like a little train caboose here. So this snaps on. Oh man, this barely hangs on to the engine here, and the top part doesn't stay in very well. There's not much connecting this piece, but there we go. Of course, this is like a big display piece, so that's kind of cool. Kathy says, is it gone yet? Oh, we need to, okay, got it. Thank you, mods. Let me thank Britain. Thanks, Britain Bricks, for taking care of that. Let me take care of that as well. So, let me take care of that. Okay, cool. Just wanted to check on the chat, see how things are going. And Alexandria says, yeah, no spamming, please. The Mini Knights Castle was a giftable purchase. Yeah, I've seen that. I don't know if that really interested in me. I saw the build. It's like very much a mini scale build, so there's no minifigures. It does look cool. It's obviously like a mini scale build of the old Castle series, so that's kind of neat. But yeah, gift with purchase. So yeah, there's a couple of gift with purchases. There's a hot cocoa kiosk type thing. Damos is here. Psh, what's up, Damos? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for the likes, guys, and thanks for joining the live stream. And let me just take care of this, clean up the chat here a little bit so we can move on and talk about all the good stuff that goes on for this Insider Weekends. Of course, I don't know. It's crazy though. Insider Weekends is like I said before. It's kind of one of those setups where if you've been wanting to buy something and then you're tempted to spend something earlier before your initial plan. So of course my initial plan is to try and get the Natural History Museum and not give into other, tempting things. But at the same time, with this Insider Weekend, then it's kind of cool because I could get some gift with purchases, double Insider points, and I don't think there's any demand or FOMO for the Natural History Museum because obviously there's no special deal to go with it. It's just one of the modulars that's for sale. No sale price. I could wait till Black Friday to see what happens, but I just don't think for that set I'm going to have any other incentive other than what's going on now. So, and there's no Rakuten incentive if you know what Rakuten is. But yeah, it's fun nonetheless to kind of see what's out there. Insider points, kind of the lead up to everything else. If people are monitoring what possible Lego set could I add right now, take advantage of these deals. Amy, psh, good to see you. Amy says I'm saving up for either the Eiffel Tower or the Titanic. Which one should I get? Oh wow, Amy going for one of the UCS architect kind of builds. Well, I guess the Eiffel Tower and then the Titanic, just a very cool. Is that icons? So I guess Amy, if it was me, I would be all in on the Titanic. I don't know if there's much of a price difference between the two, but the Titanic looks awesome. The Eiffel Tower, when it came out, it had this very cool gift with purchase that went with it, which was a minifigure included, and I think it was like the upper penthouse apartment of the architect, Monsieur Eiffel himself. And I don't think that gift with purchase ever made a comeback, which made that set, I guess somewhat tempting to buy at that moment. But since then, I don't know. It just seems like a giant tower build. If you're really into architecture, it might be a fun one. But the Titanic set just looks like the best deal for your money when you're spending that much on one of those giant Lego sets. So I don't know. That ship looks so cool. I've seen people post on social media of them finishing that set. Plus the color and the design is a lot more interesting than the Eiffel Tower as a Lego set. But I guess it's also a question of how much space do you want to give up? How much space do you want to give up, vertically or sideways? So that's another question to kind of answer. But other than that, oh man, I haven't seen these little one stud pieces with a little tick mark on it since I think my Ninjago set, where you put enough pieces together and it would spell a word, like in that set, comic books. So it's kind of fun to see a piece like that revived. But yeah, Amy, I would for sure, hands down, no question, I would go for the Titanic. And kudos to you on either one. But yeah, the Titanic definitely on a wish list. I think that I have that set on my wish list for the $1,000 sweepstakes. If you go on Lego.com, they have the Million Insider Points sweepstakes. You can join that, and it doesn't cost you anything. You just go on the Lego.com website and set up an insider account. So that's kind of fun. So I put the Titanic set on that wish list, and if I win a free Titanic, amazing. If I don't, I did not spend any money trying to get it. So I think I had that set because it's $1,000 limit. So I think I had that set. The Home Alone house, which would also be so fun to win, and a Lego City Series donut truck just for fun, and good old school Lego City set. Can't go wrong with that. But yeah, if I had to spend my own money, I would go for the Titanic, and kind of reinforce that a few times. So if you have any doubts. Let's see. Bird Brick says, Damos, welcome to the stream. Please hit the like button. Enjoy the stream. Psh, yes, sir. Thanks, Damos, for being here. Let's see. Voigilant says, what are we building today? Voigilant, building up a couple things. I'm going to start with the Formula One Ayrton Senna McLaren. It was a very cool build. Very good size scale model. Well, I think maybe 80% accurate, because I think Britton Brick says Lego got some criticism for this set's accuracy. But the build, especially here, the engine parts and everything, just some fun building techniques, and the axles here also. So I just like it. It's just a fun build altogether. And now I only got 2 bags left of this, so figured why not finish this one. And I don't know. Now that it's Thanksgiving week, our tradition in the US is to, after Thanksgiving, start decorating for Christmas. Although pretty much anywhere in the US now, people are way ahead of waiting for any specific day. They go for it, man. They start decorating for a holiday well ahead of the actual dates. So I don't remember it being that early as a kid, but now it's like nobody's waiting for anything, man. They are getting that stuff out. So I've seen some Christmas lights up. The moment Halloween came to an end, there were people putting stuff up. And then before Halloween, like if it was like mid-August, people were putting Halloween stuff up. So people, well, actually out in our area, people really wanted it to be, I guess, just winter, fall weather, and maybe psychologically that helped them. But in any case, talking about Christmas decorations, going for the Lego sets that we have from the past, and I'm gonna pull those out and see which ones we want to build up and kind of set up a little Lego display with some lights down by putting set it right down next to maybe our Christmas tree or something like that. So I'll have to show you guys what our Christmas holiday collection is of Lego. Britton Brick says, from what I've heard from many people and friends that have made it, this Ayrton Senna set right here, this one, they say oh wait, no, sorry, this is about the Eiffel Tower. From what I've heard about the Eiffel Tower, they say the tower is very monotonous to build and rotted their brains. Yes, you don't want that. If you're gonna spend, I'm guessing, close to $600 on a Lego set, you don't want brain rot. You want brick therapy. So I think there's no choice, Amy. You get the Titanic. How fun is that? I think that I'm wondering if that set's going to have a short shelf life now, since that's been out for a few years. If they're going to retire that set next year, somebody probably knows. Maybe Lego's said it. I don't have all the inside news other than what I kind of catch from other Lego enthusiasts. So I know Reddit's actually a good source for Lego news updates, and I'm destroying this build I just put together because I can't snap one simple piece. There we go. But yeah, I would think if you're gonna get that set, seize the moment, Amy. And heck, you get double insider points if you buy it this weekend. So double insider points on the Titanic. That's got to be good for like at least a $50 qualification for your Lego insider points. So that's pretty cool. A little extra incentive to spend all that money on the Titanic. I would just be excited about having that set. You know, knowing it's on the way in the mail, that would be sweet to have that in mind. So yeah, I would be excited about the Titanic set coming to me. The other one, honestly, just not interested in that one. It's just a giant gray tower. If I was going to get a giant gray tower build, I would suggest the Daily Bugle before that one retires. That would be a fun set to have. So, Lego got the criticism for the rear tiers not being wide enough. The rest of the details almost spot on. Just the rear, the rear tires. Got it, Britain Bricks. Got it. Yeah. Now that you say that, shouldn't the rear tires on these series of race cars be bigger in the back? But yeah, fair enough. People can criticize the look all they want, but it still looks like a pretty sweet set. Obviously, because I'm building it. Pirate says, evening from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm sitting here watching your amazing Lego live stream while on my 30-minute lunch break at work, and I'm just working till 8:30 tonight. Pirate, glad to catch you. Glad you're here for an earlier live stream. Definitely a decent time for you guys on the East Coast. So, hey, welcome. Let's see, KSC or Case, maybe Case paid up. What is the best set you have? Again, the best set I have, or my most favorite set, if that's what you're asking, is Ninjago City. I'm going to have to put that out behind me on display again because a lot of people on the live stream ask that. What's my favorite sets, or what's the most favorite set we have? So, and Ninjago, since Ninjago is my most favorite, I should have that on display behind me here. I mean, this is the Brick Therapy 2-3 studio, so you got to have the best, you know, somewhere in the framing here. So yeah, Ninjago City. Actually, I'm gonna have to rebuild that. It's the tower part has fallen down, and I just need to rebuild it. That would be my 4th rebuild of that set, which is an amazing set, which would also be a fun live stream, kind of a throwback set. We're putting our tree up tomorrow. My wife is struggling with life at the moment and getting very depressed, starting her day off in tears. So I'm hoping this will put a smile on her face. Oh, Brit Bricks, sorry about that, man. Yeah, I hope that does help. Christmas should be a joyous time, no doubt. We do all have some challenges in life, some hard times, and just sometimes it's hard to just narrow down a lot of struggles and feelings that we have built up over the years. So hopefully, yeah, that'll put a smile on her face, Bird Bricks. It'll keep her in mind. KSC Peta, it's his Ninjago City. Britain Bricks knows. Psh, yes, sir. Amy says, I'm going to try and get the Titanic. It will be able to fit on my shelf. There you go, Amy. Good choice. Kudos to you. I don't own it, but that is one set, like I've said in a couple live streams. If there's one set worth the money, and even though one of my favorites is minifigures, even though it doesn't come with minifigures, I think that set is awesome. I would love to have that set. And that set being the Titanic. So, Amy, I think you'll enjoy it. You know, I don't own it, but I think it's probably safe to say that's going to be an amazing build. No one's talked about that being a bad set to get. The Eiffel Tower, yeah, I've heard, like Britain Briggs said, I've heard some kind of mixed reviews on the build experience on that. I mean, if you love Paris and, you know, you wish you could be near the Eiffel Tower, you know, every year or whatever, and experience Paris in its heyday, the City of Lights, then maybe the Eiffel Tower set might speak to you. But with that set, at that price, that's actually a set I would want a minifigure to come with it. Actually, maybe a few. Maybe a few, you know, minifigures like this, where, you know, it kind of feels like you're in Paris, you know, like a croissant chef or something like that, and a coffee house person. So, but the Titanic, that one can just be a standalone set. I think that set is just that good. So, that's, just realized I need to add some more of these little tick mark 1x1 stud pieces. Just kind of got some very specific details here. And with this set. Don't want to mess that up. So yeah, going back to Lego Insiders, it's interesting to see what people are all fired up about. Of course, then, you know, if Lego's gonna do stuff like that, and there's this anticipation for the Star Trek set coming out at the end of November, man, you got to pick and choose your battles, so to speak, because you can basically outspend your budget very quickly on an Insiders weekend, and then not have any funds for the Star Trek set. That Star Trek set, I mentioned to my wife, I think that would be, and I know I've said it on the live stream too. We got a sticker. That set would be, that would just, to me, be a fun experience. Buying it, knowing that it's just going to be an investment. That set would just be an investment buy. I would buy that one and just hold on to that one. Keep it unopened for a long period of time. And then also, if you're able to get it and beat the competition for the gift of purchase that comes with it. Look at that sticker placement. Not bad. Not bad. So let me throw this on here, and this is looking pretty cool. Again, some old school pieces that come back. I remember from other Star Wars sets, or maybe even Lego City sets, but ooh, misplaced them like that. Gotta use the brick separator here. So again, strategic spending on the Lego Insider Points Temptation. Although I know a lot of people were fired up about this is starting to look like a ship in itself. So this goes on the back. So this covers the rear engine piece. I like the use of all the tile on here. It just looks like a nice, smooth, clean build. I think what sold me on this set was obviously the fact that it's just a good scale size looking race car for the build itself of this Formula One car. And again, there's just certain things about Lego sets that interest me right away. And I think Ninjago City is probably the best example where there's just certain sets you see, and you know, you can qualify and say, oh, I really like this set because of the theme, because of the build techniques, because of the way it will fit in with my collection. And then there's just some sets like the Titanic that just strike you as, I just want that set. It looks amazing. I will have so much fun buying that set as well as building it, and enough said. Like, it doesn't need to fit in with any theme specifically. I just want to experience the build of that set. And then even a couple times I'll be tempted just because of a minifigure or two. So, all right, I'm going to cover up see, make sure I put this on correctly. This looks so cool, this build. Everything just goes together so cleanly. The red and white design. Love the Honda logo on there. That's a printed piece, so that looks pretty cool. And not knowing much about Formula One cars other than, you know, identifying the general look of it, I think it kind of will be on a display like that. This is a good one. I am glad I got this set, and of course even more satisfied that I got this set on sale. And I have not seen this piece before. I don't know if you guys have come across. It's like a reverse of one of those other kind of handle pieces that are made for minifigs. So interesting. Or it's almost like a cup without it's like the handle without the cup attached to it. I've not seen that piece before. Britton Brick says, we are putting out our tree. That's right. We're putting out our tree tomorrow. And Amy's going to get the Titanic. Britton Brick says, nice one, mate. Welcome, Pirate, to the stream. Back in a bit. No worries, Britton Bricks. Cole. Psh, good to see you, Cole. Welcome, welcome. Pick your brick. What's up, studs? Psh. Good to see all you guys. Thanks for joining the live stream on your Saturday. Hopefully you're having a good weekend or a good start to your weekend. Good start to your holiday week, perhaps. Maybe you have more than just a weekend day, a couple days off. So just glad to see all you guys here. And now I'm trying to, let's see, figure out, what did I do here? Figure out the orientation of these lights. Okay, it's like that. Or what are these? These reflector lights on a race car? It's not like this thing drives at all hours of the day. So some new pieces, or yeah, just maybe like rear view mirrors right there. Those red handlebar pieces right there. Interesting. Not knowing all the intricacies of a race car here, but I like the mix of this build between Technic and regular Lego bricks. It's just got a fun process to it. I was trying to think of what a good way to describe it. Yeah, it's just got a good methodical approach to the build. Every bag is like, yes, love how that all worked out and came together. So this set, I imagine this is something you get one of these, again, kind of like the modulars, and if you have a genuine interest in cars, if you have this set or one like it, you will like every bag. Every part of the build is so cool. It's coming together nicely. And then eventually I will get to the creator set here, since this is kind of a longer live stream today. So W stream, thank you, Cole. Always glad to have you here. Thanks for the 17 likes. And if you like Lego and you're interested in talking about Lego, join the chat. Consider subscribing to Brick Therapy 2.3 as we build 2 sets today, trying to finish up the McLaren here, and then getting to the modular and just talking about Lego on this nice Saturday. Just can't complain. And now I get to put the wheels on, making sure, I don't know if there's a difference in this one as to which side goes towards the back. So it looks like it's equal. Same design, or same, design on either side. Very cool. I like how the wheels turned as the, oh, it does. I was gonna say, does the steering wheel manipulate the wheels? It does. I didn't even figure that out until just now. I'm like, wait a second, these pivot. Does that mean? I'm sure someone has, if they've gotten a set like this, they probably could modify it and add in an actual motor and make this a remote control car. So yeah, that's cool. The steering wheel manipulates the front wheels on this Formula One build. And you know, Lego, it's so versatile now with all the brick pieces. You can, pretty much replicate any shape. So that looks awesome. And I think, let's see, one more part to the build, or one more bag left to the build here. So let me just add on the Technic caps here so the wheels have a little more security. They won't slide off. And the challenge with any Lego build, do you hold it in your hands completely or do you put it on a flat surface? It just depends on the angle of the build and what gets the leverage you need. So there's some danger involved with either. You could put the piece on too tightly and snap, or kind of crush everything and make everything fall apart. So, but I think I'm good. All right, on to bag 6. Like that again. Look at the wheels. Very cool. And then the driver here, Mr. Ayrton Senna, we'll put him in the car here in a second. He's already got his trophy, but you know, I got to put the cool helmet on him in a second. All right, bag 6, and finishing up the McLaren, and then we'll get into the modular set. Build the rest. Psh, Cole, psh, I don't know if I gave you a high five. Welcome, you guys. Good to see you back. Hope your guys' Saturday is going well. 3D Davis was here earlier. Build the rest. Britain Bricks. Glad to see all you guys throughout time, especially as most of you joined us when my son and I were building up these amazing Lord of the Rings sets. So, talking earlier about Lego in general, well, the Lego Insider Weekend specifically, and what that means as far as collecting Lego. So we know that a lot of these, I guess, you know, if I charted it out, I could probably see a pattern. But the hard part with Lego collecting is that, you know, you're probably always wanting the next best thing. You know, with kind of any hobby, you're not ever 100% satisfied. Could you stop getting Lego at some point if you're a Lego collector? Of course you could. You know, your budget will dictate that. But just in general, the fact that if you were budgeting for a cool Lego set and then these insider days pop up and you get double insider points and some gift with purchases offered, it does make it a little bit difficult to hold off, because you know there's some sets there that are really tempting to get, ones that, you know, would be great in a collection, or, you know, you just want to spend money on Lego because it's just so fun, right? So you got to be responsible about all that. The thing is, though, like the Lion Knight's Castle, that is retiring, and I think now sold out, although I could be wrong. That thing got snatched up so fast, judging from what the AFOL community was saying. People would put that in their you know, virtual shopping cart on the Lego website, and then, you know, go back and look for one other item, or there's like another Lego Insider giveaway that you can spend your insider points on, and then they go back to their shopping bag and it's gone. So I don't know, man, but whatever it is, that set had been, you know, out for a few years, and it's a great set. We have it. I haven't built it up yet. It's in our backlog, and I've seen it at the Lego store multiple times, you know, kind of just on the bottom shelf, and there's so many other things to pay attention to. It's not the latest and greatest. And now, you know, you get to an Insider Weekend, Lego knows how to remarket its sets, its older sets, and people wanted that darn thing like it was the latest and greatest release of some, you know, new Lego theme. But anyway, man, did people get that thing? Let's see. How'd you guys do for Insider Weekend, says FGT. I got the Skyline and Gunship. Psh, awesome. The Gunship was a good buy. I think that one dropped in price significantly. Have not tried to do anything yet. Kathy says, Brick Therapy asked a question. FGT says, all the UNCs bought that Knight's Castle, because I'm not gonna lie, that set is so mid. Oh, go figure. I like the set. I mean, I haven't built it, but it goes back to nostalgia for me. So I think the set will be cool. I think it'll be a fun build. It definitely is. Probably harkens to, you know, older generation set of collectors. So that's probably where the majority of the excitement came from, and the people buying that thing up quick. That's my guess. Mr. Pick says, I guess everything I ordered is on back order. Knowing that when I ordered them, it said in stock, that email is disappointing as they're offering me a refund to not take my order. Yikes. Oh, that does say something. So Mr. Pickerick, you must have gotten some choice sets. Yeah, UNC, middle-aged men. Perhaps. I just think, Lego Castle's like such a classic theme that I think, it depends. But definitely a lot of Lego collectors probably got it. There are probably Lego collectors, modders that could, turn it into something else, probably also. And I would say too, like a lot of the those Bricklink program designs that always come out, and you vote for them, or it's like crowdsourced or whatever. Those things are always include a castle type theme build, and it's so popular. So I guess I don't know, but yeah, it's either way. That one was coming up quick, or going to be gone quick. Kathy says, "Did you read my question?" Let's see. I don't know if I see it, Kathy. Let me look. Let me backtrack a little bit here. Did I see your question? Or you can just send it again, Kathy. What was your question? So, for me, I think, hopefully, I guess the cool part is, since I'm not in a rush. I got the Jazz Club set. That was the other popular one. And that could be pretty much any Lego collector. Wouldn't know how to, I wouldn't necessarily stereotype who's buying that one. Again, it could be the same, people that are just wanting the theme, the specific theme itself. And a lot of Lego collectors, or people that build up huge Lego cities, probably those are the ones. But man, if you build one of these modulars, doesn't matter who you are, I think you'll love having it. Let's see. Kathy said, I sent it, it's under FGT. FGT said, okay, so is that an older modular you're building? Yes, this one, when I get to it, is the Assembly Square. This one, it went on sale. Speaking of Insider Weekend, I think this was one of those, or it was definitely Black Friday weekend. It was like a $299 set, and it went down to $199. So $100 discount, 30% discount. And knowing that I want to build, basically after I built Ninjago City, my favorite set, I wanted some more modular type builds, and this one for sure, the Assembly Square, especially with the price drop, and knowing it's like a classic modular build, it was just a matter of time that I would get it. And then when it was offered on a Black Friday deal, it's like, yep, that's coming home to me. And so ordered that. So I want to say that was like 2023. I know it's been retired for a couple years now, but it had also been on the shelves for a long time, because this is Lego Creator, and I think these builds, especially because you could tell from the look of the minifigures, they got the classic Lego face on them. It's a lot older set, but this one had been in circulation for a while. And now we'll see, what is Lego going to release for the next modular. Heard some theories on what it could be, but I don't know. So I'm curious as to what that'll be. What'll be just as interesting. There is, speaking of other modulars, there is, of course, the boutique hotel. So all kinds of modulars to consider. Since the Jazz Club sold out, I wonder if the boutique hotel, I don't know if that one is as popular a design. That one seems like it maybe got some criticism in terms of what the build had for design choices, like the giant palm tree. That seemed like a little bit of too many wasted pieces on that part of the design. But either way, have that one also. So that was the other modular. I built up the Jazz Club, and then I put a vote. Should I build this one, the boutique hotel? And everyone voted for this. And then the Tudor Corner, that's the newest modular. And if it's anything, if the Jazz Club is any indicator, I think that the Tudor Corner is going to be a fun build. Less frustrating than this assembly square. The assembly square is a very cool build, but man, the way they package the pieces and the same numbered bag over and over again, it just feels like you're not making much progress on the build. So we'll see. Mr. Pick Your Brick says, I guess everything I ordered is on back order. Oh yeah, and then they're offering a refund, so that's crazy. Do you have it all on the chat? Do you have it on all chat? What's that, Kathy? I don't even know what you're asking, Kathy, so you might just have to retype it right now because I'm looking at the chat right now. The creator's set does seem older. You can tell, especially from the minifigures. They got the old school faces. B Bandits is back. Psh, let's go, B Bandits. One of my orders was shipped with an on-track. Am I cooked? One of the orders shipped with an on-track. What does that mean? Tell me the terminology. I'm out of it. I don't know what you mean by that. Does that mean it's not readily available? Well, the one set I was the one set I was thinking to get during this Insiders Weekend would be the Natural History Museum. So I don't know. I've sat on it just because, it's expensive to do all that. And like I said, when is it best to buy from Lego.com or Lego store? It's obviously good when you get a gift with purchases. Well, those are out there. Double insider points. That's also out there. And then the last hurdle or the last qualifier would be high percentage of cash back if you use the Rakuten website and buy or log on to the Lego website through Rakuten and get a cash back discount. So that always exists, but any new set, or really most of the big sets, are exclusive sets, so they don't get as high a percentage of a cash back. So that's the only thing. And then there's the quadruple insider points. That Willy Wonka set looks cool, but I don't want to spend that kind of money on it. So, but that would be quadruple insider points, which, that sounds cool. But what's even cooler than all that is, I think this is the display part of the McLaren Formula One Ayrton Senna race car and the MP4. And let's see, I just got to put in the final display section here, Technic build, and we have our car ready to display. Display. So let's see here. Go. I guess it doesn't matter what angle it goes. Go that way or this way? I'll go this way. Okay, wait. Go forward this way. I'll follow the instructions to a T. Looking good. Very cool. And there we go, guys. Finished the set with you guys. Part 1 of the live stream. The Ayrton Senna is complete. Let me get the book out of the way here. So that looks pretty good. That's a fun build. I like to have to figure out how this fits into any display in general. That's why it's hard, or not hard, but it's definitely too many themes equals cluttered Lego display. So I'll have to figure out. But I love it's kind of like the mid-scale Star Wars ships. You got a display connector stand and boom, there it goes. Let's see how the guy looks with his helmet on inside the car itself. And it's fun, the tires you can turn. And let's see, does he lean back a little bit? No, not really. There's no little stud pieces to keep him in place. But, oh yeah, that looks great. That looks good. We got to get a like just for the Formula One car. What a great build. The driver, maybe a little bit small in terms of the scale of the, driver's cockpit there, but it looks great. And what a fun build. So, if you guys are at a loss for I'm really curious about these race car builds. whether it's Speed Champions or this. Only have a few examples. Have the Aston Martin Speed Champions, and the one from the Fast and Furious, the Dodge Charger, and now this Formula One McLaren. This is an Ideas theme, but a very cool build. This one was about 700 pieces, but it feels really substantial. Seems like it should be more like 1,000 pieces. So I'll put the driver back on his podium here with his trophy. And if I have to lose a hair piece or a helmet piece, I think I'll keep the helmet piece on him, because that's a very unique helmet piece right there. Very cool. So got this build done. Let's move on to the modular. B Bandits is back. FGT says, one of my orders was shipped with On Track. On Track is pretty bad shipping. Oh, it's a company. So I feel like it's not going to get, or he feels like it's not going to work out, says FGT. It's a pretty bad shipping company known for losing packages. Why would Lego do that? That's weird. I guess it depends on the region you're in. They use UPS or FedEx. Actually, the sets I've ordered recently have gotten to me within a couple days. It's crazy. So, yeah, I don't know why they're using them for shipping. Mr. Pick Your Brick says, Lego did make it correct, though, and sent me a new one. And I had to send my original copy back. Oh, go figure. Go figure. Hey, Kathy. Kathy saying, hey, Brick Therapy. So, Kathy, retype your question. Maybe I'll see it this time if you want to. All right, I'll put the McLaren in the background over here. And let's see. We'll put Ayrton Senna up here with Brick Therapy. Can fit in with all the other minifigs up there. And if you're new to the channel, you like Lego and you just want to join in the Lego chat, leave a like and subscribe. And it's great to have you here talking Lego. So here's our logo, my younger son and myself. He was part of the live streams through the summer, and now he's on hiatus. So I'm going to finish, or at least hope to get through, the next section of the creator set, bag 3. I felt like I had to make swifter progress because I wanted to finish up that McLaren set, and that just seemed like a good warm-up to the rest. There we go. There's the tray for the bag 3 of the modular set. Sorry, getting out of frame here. And let's see here. Thank you for the 18 likes. And if you like Lego and you like talking Lego, now I'm building up the Creator Assembly Square. This is a retired set. I think it was out in, gosh, was it 2017 or 2018? I should look that up, but I really don't want to change the display I'm on here. So I will look it up here in a minute. But yes, a very cool build so far. And I had to part out or separate out all the pieces on this tray, which has just made things so much better in terms of sanity. All right, got some more fancy tables to build up here. And this, I think this is probably the 9th live stream for this set. So this is only bag 3, although bag 3 is almost done. You got these like record table looking, record player looking tables here to go with the coffee shop. It almost seems like they could put, oh, forgot one smaller layer. I'm like, doesn't seem right for something to stick out. So this was my other challenge with this set, was doing the live stream, and for whatever reason, each part of the build, I've missed a detail, which is a bit like backtrack. So great. And then pull out pieces and reconnect pieces. But other than that, this is looking really good. I would say if you're getting back into Lego as an adult, you will definitely want to get one of these modular sets. You will enjoy the build, the challenge. You'll remember some of those fun building experiences you had as a kid, but then you're building just a lot bigger set and so many creative elements to it that you're going to enjoy every, just every page that you turn in the instructions to see what happens next. So again, if you like Lego, and we call our channel Brick Therapy 23 because it's just got so much, there's so much therapy, and it's just a great hobby. Like it's just soothing, it's calming, it's a sense of escapism, but in a kind of a fun, productive, creative way. I guess some people would argue the productive part, but you know what? The internet's always full of critics. But this is great, especially when you don't drop your minifigs. Don't want to drop the chef. So yeah, I was just saying with these modulars, you get the old school kind of grin Lego face here. So that's what we're dealing with here. Hey Teddy, welcome. Psh, Teddy says, wow. FGD says, little man is locked in on his studies for sure. Well, actually, he had a soccer game today. So he's just, like I said, he's just on a self-proclaimed hiatus. Mr. Pick Your Brick says, also for the On Track, a third-party shipping company, Lego has started to use, and they do not handle packages properly, and they come in destroyed or mishandled. I've seen people share that on the Reddit sites about Lego. So I haven't experienced that yet. Knock on wood. My package came in opened and also destroyed. That's horrible. That is not good. Especially the sets that people are buying right now. Well, pretty much any Lego set. You know, if you're spending, Lego's not cheap. So whatever amount you're spending is expensive. It should be better. I've had good experiences with the shippers they use here, but it's only been UPS or FedEx, I want to say. Hey, three girls. Psh, three girls and bricks. Welcome, welcome. Britton Bricks is back as well. Psh, welcome, Britton Bricks. Kathy likes to say Brick Therapy 23. Thanks, Kathy. Psh. All right, let me continue building these light stands or these sconces that go out here. And as you can see, sort of, in the corner now, if you just came back, the McLaren is complete. So there it is right there. And now, obviously you don't have enough room on the table. Now moving on to the modular. And just talking with you guys about Lego. And I wish I could pull off the long version live stream that some of these other guys do. Kudos to them. But here we are nonetheless, enjoying the build and talking Lego. I have not pulled the trigger, so to speak. I have not made any purchases on this Insiders weekend, and I don't know if I will. I do like the fact that part of my criteria for buying Lego through the Lego website does include several of those qualifications. Having double insider points, even having quadruple insider points, depending on if it's a set you're considering. Having gift with purchases, there's a few, unless those are sold out now. And the other thing would only be a discounted price or high Rakuten cash back possibility. But those not necessarily there, but you do always get some cash back with Rakuten. And those seem to happen randomly too. There's every once in a while there's the perfect storm where you get the insider points doubled, you get the awesome gift with purchase, you get the sale discount, and you get Rakuten, the quadruple effect. I've seen that happen once. Actually seen that happen last year. So and usually that was actually when it happened last year, that was during the Black Friday week. So again, more to come, but Lego does its best to entice you to spend a lot of your money more than once within a short time span. And if you add up all the latest Lego releases and the releases yet to come out, like the Star Trek set, you know, people could be people could be spending like crazy. And then I haven't even looked at, I don't know what other retailers are doing. If Amazon is doing any discounts right now on this weekend to compete, or Walmart, or Target, or gosh, I don't know. Those are the big three that I'm thinking of. And I know Target did the Jazz Club discount a couple weeks ago, which raised a stir, but also was pretty tempting for some people. And actually, I don't know. I know someone said on the live stream, and they might have been Brick Together, said he was hoping Rivendell would go on sale. I think that one, there is something related to Rivendell in this Insider Weekends. I don't know if it's a Insider discount or, I thought I saw something. But in any case, you know, you get double Insider points if you get that set. So there's a lot going on there. And of course, the Insider points doubled. You know, that could equal, especially if it's a bigger set, that could equal a $25 to $50 discount on a future purchase. So Lego's got the marketing down, I must say. Brick Therapy 23, did you see what I meant about the rear tires? I did. So let me hold this up. So yeah, Britton Bricks, you were saying everything about this model looks good except the rear tires here should have been bigger, right? A bigger diameter, but everything else was okay. That's what I read. So if there's more detail than that, then yeah, let me know. But I think that's what you said. Snape is here. Psh, hello, Snape. How many modular buildings do you have? Well, let's see. We got 3 out here on the table right now. We got the Parisian Restaurant, Jazz Club, and the Assembly Square. And then I got 2 more in the backlog. So we've got the Tudor Corner and the Boutique Hotel. So yeah, when I started buying the modular sets, that was kind of that was the incentive. I built the Parisian Restaurant, thought it was a fun build, and then when I got the Jazz Club, that just made me go, these are great. I want to build more of these. So who knows? If I can get the Natural History Museum, I think I would be satisfied with that collection right there. Wider tires. Okay, wider tires. Got it. Wider tires, like the wider the rim. So that would still mean like bigger tires though, right? That's what I'm thinking. But yeah. Oh, and now to add some fancy color to the modular. Okay, so we're gonna add some awning, some canopies right there. The yellow and white canopy pieces. This is gonna look cool. All right, this is gonna make this set very much stand out. This first floor there, I see it in the picture. Very cool. Got these tooth kind of pieces that attach to the front of these slope pieces, and getting into the assembly line build here. So 8 yellow and 8 white of these. Both of these pieces would be great to part out, you know, and gosh, this would be obviously a ton of uses for any kind of modular or build in general. So when I see those Lego conventions that they show, that one channel, Beyond the Brick, when they go to those Lego conventions and they show what people build in the range of like hundreds of thousands of pieces or millions of pieces. They build like, you know, full scale Lego dioramas, scenes from movies, castle themes being a popular one again, or Star Wars scenes. It's amazing how many Lego pieces those people have to source out to put their displays up. So I guess you could do that. You know, you could, you know, with a collection like ours now, especially with these sets plus the Star Wars sets plus these, you know, if you were one of those super talented mock builders, gosh, what could you come up with? So many possibilities. If you didn't mind mixing up all the pieces you have in your sets, which would be so sad. I don't think I'd want to do that. So yeah, just some fun. Not the rim length. Okay, fair enough, Britain Bricks. So they should stick out of the side of the car more. Oh, okay, got you. More depth, I think is what you mean. FGT says, Brick Therapy, you should become a mock builder. That would be fun. I would think I'd want to try and do that in the realm of, you know, the modular builds themselves. I've seen some Lego builders kind of, you know, just build up their own version of a modular. So I think that would be fun. I'd have to get on the skill level as, you know, some of these guys, like I said, that are featured on the Beyond the Brick channel. It's just the, like for example, just having the technique to know how to build Lego, like this piece right here, something that gets inserted upside down, or a side build like the walls over here, or what the entire Ayrton Senna car design had in terms of, you know, Lego bricks going in every direction, not just from the ground up, but yeah, having Lego come on, connect at angles or pretty much in any direction. Man, some of those mock builders. My older son built up a cool mock. It was of a church that was in our neighborhood where we used to live in Spain. So again, just having that idea of how Lego pieces are utilized. And then my younger son did a mock build of the Argonath from Lord of the Rings, the two giant king statues that you see in the Fellowship of the Ring movie. Just yeah, just kind of knowing how to manipulate pieces, not do any illegal build, as some Lego experts would say, but just, yeah, knowing how to connect pieces so they can go at any direction. Like this door part here that goes upside down or inverted versus just, you know, stackable. So fun. All right. Oh no. And then now I see where all the small pieces come in. Lots of decoration. Looks like I'm building almost looks like a giant flower build, I guess is basically the only way to describe it. Only way to describe it is like gonna say a solar flare build. But yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, being a mock builder would be interesting. So Kathy, I never saw what your question was. If you wanted to type that, let me know, or send it to one of the other guys and maybe they can paste it again for me. But I did not see what your question was earlier, unless I answered it already. Maybe I answered it already. But yeah, I think the other, in terms of Lego collecting, you know, the other challenge is displaying sets. You know, you invest all this money into large Lego sets, large Lego builds, and the display aspect is so cool. You know, you want to have your Lego sets on display. You want to probably have a dedicated section of your, depending on how much space you have in your house or apartment, like where to put all that so it doesn't look all cluttered. But yeah, I've just been thinking, like with this over here, I could definitely put shelving up here and display more. There's all this space right here against the wall. But I like the idea of, yeah, kind of just building up a Lego city and having everything on display there. So I don't know. I saw a lady featured on Fox News, I think. I didn't watch the actual report. I just saw, I think it was just on social media, this lady featured on Fox News who had like, a $500,000 collection of Lego, and her whole basement was her Lego collection. And she definitely had a whole city and everything, kind of like what they showed in the Lego movie with the dad. The basement, just a giant Lego city, which looked pretty impressive. Of course, the internet had its fair share of critiques and comments about, what does she do for a living that she can have that much. And the ironic part was she said she worked for a nonprofit and put a couple of kids through school and still had all this Lego, which, people know how to manage their money. Then it could be a good reason or a technique she had, or a good way of getting all that Lego. But you think about when you add up, if you get into Lego collecting, you add up your collection. It's like some people should probably, before they say anything or cast judgment, see how much they have added up in their personal collection. Because I know, man, there's a lot of Lego collectors. You look at those guys on like Brixie or other guys like that, their collections are huge. Of course, they get the Ambassadors Network advantage of some pretty expensive sets sent their way. But I did appreciate the fact she was willing to be featured on the news, and she just said this has been such a great outlet, fun collection to curate for herself and her family. And no shame in that. So, but it was impressive. You could just hear the internet want to criticize her because, well, she spent money on Lego. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, there we go. Missed another little detail here. But, then you got to have like a whole basement. That would be amazing to have a whole basement, full-size basement in a house to display Lego, to display your Lego collection. As in the old days, I could picture grandpas and model collectors having like a full basement of model builds, like World War II or kind of warship and airplane models, all built up in kind of a special room set aside just for them. Lots that can go into Lego collection for sure. How do I find the modular set? Kathy says. How do I find the modular set? Which one, Kathy? The one I'm building? Britt Brick says, are you looking for a Lego one? Kathy, I think the latest modular set is the Tudor Corner. Yeah, I was going to say, Kathy, if you just go on the Lego.com website, you'll see what modulars are available still. And I would say that the Jazz Club and the Boutique Hotel are on sale or sold out, if not already. It might be the only Tudor Corner, might be the only one left right now. Yeah, most modular sets have retired. They have Lego. I don't think Lego has announced what the next modular will be. Usually there's talk of it, I thought, by this point, or maybe it's December. But yeah, be curious to see what it is. Britton Brick says, yeah, the Brixie collection is insane. He even had to buy a warehouse and make it a giant Lego room. Yeah, he's got basically a separate storage facility. I guess it's his studio as well. Blessed Pesadilla is back. Psh, welcome back, Blessed Pesadilla. Brixie started in an outdoor garden and shed 5 years ago. Ah, okay. Welcome back. Yes. Welcome back. Hey, Britton Bricks. You know what? Oh, you are. Never mind. Britton Bricks, I was going to say, can you be a mod? But you are a mod. What am I thinking? I see the signifier blue label there. So thanks. Thanks for welcoming people, Britton Bricks, and being here on this live stream. So Lego collecting and displaying and everything you get into, it's crazy when you start building up your collection, kind of making sure it doesn't overwhelm you or take over whatever. So I need to reorganize what I have here so that it's not that case. And the fun part is, of course, oh wow, this is like a coffee logo sign. How cool is that? So I put this coffee cup on this display piece. How fun is that? Another cool part of the build, the coffee logo for the coffee shop. And this goes right, oh, it snaps in right above the door. Well, you can do this without knocking off all those little peg pieces. Very cool. I think it maybe pushes back some more, but you notice if you barely touch these yellow peg pieces, they all snap off, so I gotta be careful. All right, now we got a lot of color going on there. Very cool. So thank you guys. We got up to 20 likes. And thanks for joining me on your Saturday doing this live stream and talking Lego. And oh, it looks like I add a pet. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. A little, I would assume, Chihuahua. Just stands or sets up right on the coffee table table outside the coffee shop. And of course, the moment I tried to connect him, he breaks off the piece itself. So I'm going to do it in a way that actually works. Or maybe he's just sitting on there. Maybe he doesn't need to snap into place, but either way. All right, so that's the other part with love. That was great, and then he falls off. And now, Lego sometimes can be frustrating because you get a little small piece to add on, and then it becomes a domino effect of knocking down other pieces to put in a ridiculous looking Chihuahua. I'm gonna put him on the ground, man. You are not gonna get to sit on the table. All right, so anyway, slight, again, the creator set here being true to form and creating some confusion here, but that's all right. Still working on bag 3, and again, there are so many little pieces to connect. It never ends. Oh my goodness, guys. This set is crazy. There's so much. Oh, and I can't tell. Let's see, I do 2 of these. One on each corner, and that didn't, again. There we go. Man, I don't know how these guys designed this set and what they were thinking in terms of, like, this will be a fun experience as long as people don't get frustrated with the amount of little pieces we ask them to connect. But of course, it's a modular build. What am I complaining for? It's meant to have all these fun-looking details. I don't know if this would be a set I'd want to take apart and rebuild anytime soon, though. So yeah, now I'm thinking about like other sets I've had on my wish list. One being the UCS Millennium Falcon. I am gonna have to, as they say, consider my life choices. What would be good about that set, and what would be the most frustrating experience ever? I've heard building that UCS set is pretty intense. Lots of plate pieces, a lot of Technic connections, and you pick up the set in the wrong way or whatever, and you could easily get frustrated and knock things off, or just it's basically hard to finish that build. So I'll have to look at a review on that one and see what people have said. And I can't tell. Let's see, how many of these do I need? 4. So I've got 2 there. Okay, so I think I got them all. But yeah, these UCS sets. I've never built up a UCS set. I would love to know people's perspectives on that. I know John Powell said there's some good. I haven't seen John Powell in a while. Is he here yet? No John Powell these days. But yeah, it'd just be fun to get some perspective on those UCS builds. Are they brick therapy experiences or not? And I got a lot of small gray pieces here. Trying to make sure I don't mess up this part, because there's a lot of 1x1 studs that go into this section here. And I can't tell what goes on in the middle here. What am I doing here? Is it layered pieces that I missed from before? Ah, okay. I missed a section again. I need to backtrack and see. There's a step piece part. Oh, okay. So there's some, I'm going to, sorry, backtracking and trying to keep track of where I missed a build detail. All right, so I did that. And then trying to see. Oh my gosh. From 2 pages ago, I skipped a couple things. So now let me go back 2 pages ago. Where did I mess up? Sorry, building, and if you guys are saying something, Britain Bricks, he's got you covered. He can answer your question. I gotta make sure aha! There's some detail here on this kind of exterior bridge that I didn't notice before I turned the page, so I had to backtrack and add in some. Again, it's hard when it's dark gray and black pieces being built on top of each other. And so I need to see where I missed a section. But I think we're good. All right, as long as it's not like Lego Technic, which I know is everyone's favorite theme, right? Oh man, did I? Oh my goodness. Okay, there's all kinds of little steps I didn't notice. When it's all these little 1 stud pieces on here, this is okay though, because it's fun. This is brick therapy. You just gotta, make sure you catch every little detail, because if you don't, when you build up the next layer, it's gonna look all jagged or wonky, or it's just gonna collapse in on itself. Okay, now I think I'm on the right. Can go back to, so I put in pieces totally out of order and then didn't notice it until I was supposed to add the next level of bricks that go up to the top here. But I think I got everything in place now. All right. Ooh, building a awning, or not an awning, a trellis or something to add some more plant pieces. Oh, this bag 3. Come on. Let's dwindle it down. Hey, John Powell is here. I knew if I said your name enough, John Powell, you'd show up. Thanks for joining. Hey, Britt, tell him I'm here. It worked. You're here, John Powell. Let's go. It's always the right age to build up some Lego. Yes, let's go. Exactly, Zupa. When it says 16 plus, I've seen some Lego sets say even a bigger number than that. I figure, that applies to us. Yes. I have to chat sometime soon. Yes, I am here, guys. I had to backtrack on the instruction book because I was a whole section right here I skipped over. But now I think I'm all caught up. Blessed Pesadilla, school is hard. Well, hopefully you get a break, Blessed Pesadilla. At least if you're in the U.S., you get a Thanksgiving break. Let's face it, any age is the right age, says Britain Bricks. Red Rocker, thank you. John 3:16, amen, brother. John Powell says, don't be overwhelmed by the UCS brand. It's just a way of charging more for a Star Wars set. True, with a big smile. Yeah, there's the price. I was just saying the build experience, John Powell, might be the part that I get overwhelmed with. I think, I don't know, would the UCS set be something that's, for me, live streamable? this is the point where I'd probably have to tell my son he's under orders to live stream with me and help me build a set like that. I still think that would be amazing. I just cannot get over the price threshold of a UCS set. Like once we got the Bar set here, or the Rivendell set, I'm like, I don't know if I can go beyond that. So I'm just having a hard time with that. Of course, the only other option is to maybe find it used, which is still pretty expensive, or to get a knockoff brand version of the UCS, which might be a total mess and not enjoyable at all, depending on the quality of the bricks. There's no difference between a UCS set and the modular you're building. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, specifically, John Powell, I was just thinking of the Millennium Falcon just because of the covering plates that, or the outer shell of the ship. But I'm up for the challenge. I'm just thinking how well it would go over. I don't think I could have much dialogue in a live stream and concentrate on that set. I'd probably have to drink a lot of coffee. Maybe that would help. Or a lot of tea. A good spot of tea would be nice. Ivan says, I'm ready for December. Gee, I wonder why, Ivan. Yes, the UCS Death Star. Very excited. Ivan, that'll be fun. Blessed Pasadilla says, how much all of the Lego? Oh, Blessed Pasadilla, a lot. You can look up all these sets and you can do the math. You can probably find out. But, people have hobbies in any type of genre. So we are blessed in the first world, the Western world, to be able to afford things like this. Britton Brick says, my main goal is to collect all the parts to be able to build the UCS Millennium Falcon on my channel. What I will do once I do that, will I quite close my channel? Wait, I have to reread that one, Britton Bricks. So basically, you're going to part out or source all the parts for the UCS, but not buy the set itself. Which I think that's kind of your niche, right? Your niche, Britton Bricks, which is very cool. That would be amazing. And I think you're the one, or I feel like I mentioned it with you, Britton Bricks. I've seen, gosh, it was a while ago now, someone had parted out all the pieces they needed to build the UCS Millennium Falcon, but it didn't matter the color. So if it was pink or purple or blue, and then they just built a giant UCS Millennium Falcon with whatever color piece, as long as it was the right piece, just not the right color. And it turned out to look pretty funny. Yeah, but I mean, it looked cool at the same time. When you have, I think it was something like, when you have the right pieces, but you don't own this set. It was something like that. But I thought, how fun. That is great brick therapy right there. That would be, I think I was going to try that actually too. Britton Bricks, try and do the original Millennium Falcon just with the pieces we have. I might have to order some of the specialty shapes though when you get to the round part of the ship, like the cockpit and the kind of the cylinder part, the cylinder pieces or the outer shell pieces. I think I'd have to order those. But the rest, oh, that would be so fun. Ivan says, every time my dad asks me if I finish building a Lego set that I bought from Walmart, means that I can buy another one. Ivan, very cool. You must be a very responsible young man, dude. That's cool. And quit, lots of laughs, not quite. That was my bad. Oh, got you. All right, I was going to say. Don't quit your channel, Britton Bricks. Don't do that. John Powell says, you need a bigger table, but building the Falcon is not different. Just a big Technic frame first. That would be fun. Blessed Pasadilla is off to school on a Saturday. Man. All right, Blessed Pasadilla. Thanks for being here, dude. Yeah, bigger table would be good. I would take off all the modulars. And now that we're talking about it, oh my gosh. Oh, that would be such a fun set. $850 would not be fun to spend though. I don't know. That's a hard one. I'll have to see. How many points do I have stacked up in Lego Insiders? I don't want to give up on getting that set, and I don't want to get it from a knockoff brand. I want the real deal, man. I want the real deal. So that is the challenge. I think actually it'd be more fun, kind of going along with your philosophy, Britain Bricks, and trying to get the Lego pieces, or get the Lego pieces, but not spend on the actual set. Although I've kind of tried that experiment before. Could I part out a big set and spend less? And I don't think it worked out so well. So I'd have to, try that maybe a couple times on Bricklink to see if that even works. I think the used set, though, is probably the best way to go if there's any attempt at saving money on that set. I don't think parting it out, especially that set's going to work. But Britain Bricks, that's your calling, man, not mine. If you can pull that off, that would be amazing. And you should get like 1,000 more subscribers just for pulling that. Oh, 10,000 more. What am I talking about? I'm thinking small channels theme. That should add up to a whole, quadruple what you got, because that would be, as far as the Lego universe goes, and people who like Lego feel like that would go fairly viral if you could pull that off. You gotta have the right thumbnail and all that good stuff, I'm sure. Kathy is back. Probably would be cheaper to buy the set than to buy the pieces. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, John Powell, exactly. Britain Brick says, in other words, once I have reached my goal, would that be the end of my channel? I need to string out the time to complete my goal. Yes, sir. Britain Bricks, keep the channel going. I don't care, man. You know you've got a following, so that's cool. JC is back. Psh, welcome back, JC. Kathy's back. Psh, Ivan says, I will be right back. All right. This is cool. When I live stream long enough, you guys are there and back again, like Bilbo Baggins. Britain Brick says, I'll take 1,000 subs. 10,000 would be nice for sure, but I'll aim low. That's awesome, Britain Bricks. I have a friend, or actually my son has a friend. They got a pretty cool channel. It's a gaming channel, so I'm sure that's a whole nother framework or whatever. Another skill set. I don't know, just a totally different outlook. But yeah, they started their channel and they live streamed a lot and did some giveaways. They're already 100,000 subscribers. I think they built up their channel in about a year and a half. So whatever those gaming channels are, man, those things are, I guess, I don't know what other to say than super popular. But I was impressed by the growth of their channel, because I'd watch their channel, kind of check it out periodically, and it's like, oh wow, they got 2,000 subscribers. Then a couple months later, 5,000, and then a couple weeks later, it just like was compounded, 10,000, 20,000, and then after, going into the most recent 2 months, 80,000, 95,000, and then well over 100,000 now. So, very cool. Of course, they do really good with their YouTube shorts, and probably a lot of hours in editing, because there's a lot of kind of animated features to it. But very impressive. I don't know if the Lego YouTube niche is easy to do that anymore. We started our channel quite a while ago, and I didn't establish it the right way, I guess you could. Well, I didn't establish it in a way that was consistent. So I guess, yeah, not the best way. My kids were really young, and it was a busy time. So I had ideas to do a YouTube channel since 2019, and then we posted a couple of videos, and just kind of getting past that idea of putting a video of yours out there on the internet was intimidating. And so once we got past that hurdle, then it was more of like, how often, because it's like, it's very much a creative endeavor. And it's also, you got to kind of treat it like not a chore, because it's definitely something you want to do that's fun and enjoyable. Yeah, you just have to be constant with it. And it was hard to do that. So at some point, thankfully, when we got to the point where we could live stream, because we had the right numbers, that sure helped out. But it is, gosh, it's just so hard to edit videos and get those out there in a consistent way. And then when we started posting those, I felt like, oh, this is great. Our channel's going to grow quickly or at a decent pace. And the initial challenge then was to have, the 1,000 subscriber threshold. But then now it's the watch hours. So the frustrating part I found is like, getting the viewable hours that you started out with. So I don't know if it's like oh gosh, I don't know what it is exactly in terms of how the algorithm works. But I just can't sort out kind of like where you go from, you do videos that are of the same, I think kind of the same theme, quality, and look, to where it does get a lot of views, and then you kind of do those same style of videos, and then your channel kind of just gets squashed. Like I don't know if YouTube pushes it out there anymore or what, but then you drop down to like, oh, maybe a couple hundred people see your video, to less than 100, and then you're like, it's like the stock market. What is going on? Things are just fluctuating, and people are not getting your channel in their home screen scroll or something like that. So it's just a very strange thing, but I'm not going to give up. So we'll continue on. Britain Bricks, continue on. Maybe 2-3 years down the line, I would have accumulated enough parts to build without breaking the bank. The UCS set for sure. Three Girls and Brick says, who had the 100,000 subscribers? Their channel is called Bro Code for Brawl Stars. I'd have to look up the spelling, but it's a gaming channel. KSCPDA says, what is the best set you have after I told you a long time ago? The best set is the Ninjago City in terms of my most favorite set, KSC. Britain Brick says, yes, there it is. Britain Brick's got you. Britt, I just subscribed, so that's one more. There we go. Britain Brick says, KSC, I answered your question a while ago. Kathy, I made me a chocolate milkshake. Psh, I want one, Kathy. Man, that sounds good. Especially as my throat gets dry here. Britain Bricks, my road to another 1,000 subs starts with your sub. Seriously, mate. Thanks. That's so fun. Yes, it does sound yummy. A chocolate milkshake. Chocolate milkshake on a Saturday. I won't complain if one is offered, that's for sure. So, the YouTube and the Lego combo, a fun creative outlet. And, the hope is to get some more viewable hours on the channel by, I can see what other channels do in terms of their creativity with making videos. There's the established channels that we all know about, whether it's Jang Bricks or Brixie or some of those other guys. And I think it's just fun. The obvious appeal is the topic, and they're just likable guys, which makes it, a fun channel to watch. There's a couple other channels. I think I think Jane Bricks was the first Lego channel actually we found on YouTube. My kids found it, and then it was fun because that was the year I got back into Lego. So that was like 2017, 2018. And I think any set I had an interest in at that time that was out for sale, I think Jane Bricks basically had a review on every single one of those sets, and he did such a good job of kind of like a consumer, what would you call it? Like a consumer review. Like, if you're gonna buy this set, it was just a great review on what to consider in buying whatever Lego set that was out there and new. So I just appreciated his channel, and of course, as his abbreviation means, he's just a nice guy. So you can't go wrong with that theme. But yeah, for our channel, obviously I wanted to feature our Lego building, our Lego collection, and my younger son was all fired up and excited about doing the channel as well. And so we've done that. I think now he's kind of shied away from it just because of being self-conscious about being being on the internet like this. So every once in a while he'll consider joining. So we'll see. But I will keep building because I like the Lego hobby itself, and I like the Lego community that you guys have all formed and we all get to be part of, which is so cool. I don't know if other genres are like that. I assume they are, because there's like the guys who kind of do foodie type stuff, the guys who do travel channels. There's the big channels that probably do like sports kind of adventure type stuff. And then the guys, I like the channels where there's people that highlight their life in another country. Those are always fun channels as well. So we kind of had that combo a few years ago. It should have been more productive when when we started our channel, because we'd still lived in Spain for one more year after we started our channel. But again, just the challenge of trying to be productive and committed to it on a regular basis is a challenge. Let's see. Be right back, says Britton Bricks. Time to record another video. Let's go. Speaking of building up your channel, way to go, Britton Bricks. John Powell says, Brick Together keeps telling me to start a channel, but I have no interest. No worries, John Powell. That's the fun, right? Just enjoy the hobby. It's to me, doing the YouTube channel is definitely something that is also like a secondary part of the Lego collecting hobby, because just like talking about the product itself and building, and so it's fun to have this community. But yeah, if it's not fun, then don't do it for sure. And it's just fun to have you here, John Powell, on all our channels and join in the chat and talk about Lego with us. Three Girls in Bricks says, I just subscribed to Britton Bricks. Very cool. I've only just been approved to go live, but I'm not 100% happy with the camera angle, but I also don't have a lot of room on my desk either. Getting up the courage. You will get there, Three Girls. Very cool. Britton Bricks. Ooh, Britton Bricks been here, and it sounds like he's going to go live soon too. I'm almost done with bag 3, so I don't want to compete with Britton Bricks, but I definitely want to finish bag 3 here. So I just thank you guys for being part of this channel. So if you like Lego and you like Lego modulars and you like to talk about Lego Insiders or your favorite aspects of Lego, or you like talking about Lego YouTube channels, that's kind of a fun theme in itself, then thank you for being here. This seems like the good part of the discussion for the day is kind of all those themes combined. And what did I skipped a piece. And plus, you can talk about making mistakes while building Lego, because I've made a ton with this set. Thankfully, nothing too devastating. Just enough to have to backtrack and rebuild. I think the most severe part of my making a mistake with this build was lifting it up after just putting the bottom plate together and then it all split in half, which made for a great YouTube short though. So that was kind of fun because I show when you break Lego type of thing. I thought that was a fun YouTube short just to edit and put out there. And so I did. All right, now I feel like we're getting somewhere. Putting on the flat plate pieces to where the next level connects, and you know nothing else is going to go on top of this other than the next build. Although, let's see. Oh, I need another 3-piece. Although that's weird. Did I not? I think I might have put the wrong size flat plate here. So again, I'll just backtrack a little bit. And let's see, how many of those? It's hard sometimes on the instructions to tell if it's a 1x3 or 1x4 plate when the pictures go at a different angle. So hopefully I have the right piece going on here. So the flat plates you can't tell because there's no stud. Right, there's no studs to count here, and you can't look from this side because it's already showing going on to the set itself. But the cool part is there's not too many pieces left to choose from, and so I think I've got enough used up here to where I think I can get everything done accordingly. Although almost lost where I was here. But yeah, this creator set, being a retired creator set, you can tell, like I said already, the difference in the just in the way the pieces have been organized and packaged for you. This is definitely I don't know. I think they've improved on however they have these sets packaged in an order where you feel like you're making major progress as you go from one section to the next, because this part right now is like, oh my gosh, there's just so much detail. So this part for now is like, has so many little things. I think maybe it's the shops themselves. This should be the part I appreciate the most, but I'm like, enough of the little pieces. But it looks cool. So just gotta deal with it. Like now the florist shop asking for a couple more little inserts here and there. And there's still a ton of little pieces to add. So we will see what I'm in store for here as I try to get all of bag 3 done. And I didn't hear a snap there, so hopefully that mounted correctly. Got the symbol for the florist shop. Oh, and then there's going to be like some rose pieces that you build up. That's kind of cool. So we'll see how that looks here in a minute. Mason, welcome. Mason says, I love Lego. Awesome. Antonina. I am building the Lego Creator set. Sorry, I missaid your name. Antonina, is that right? Yes. Thank you for being here, you guys. Make sure you leave a like, and if you like Lego, this is our Brick Therapy logo, our sig fig, dropping stuff. That's okay. This is Lego. And just subscribe and join the channel. Thanks for being here. So yeah, this is a creator set 10255, assembly square, 4,002 pieces. It retired a couple years ago. And the cool part is, this being Lego Insider Weekend, I got a set, which there are some advantages to weekends like this. If you, get on the Lego website fast enough, you get these sets at a pretty good discount. John Powell says, I would not want to build and stream at the same time. The big channels usually just post videos. Yeah, that's true, John Powell. They do. I don't mind doing it right. I think it's fun because, you connect with a lot of people on YouTube who like Lego. So I guess it just depends on where you find your rhythm. Alton says, Legos. I myself am building the custom P40 Warhawk. Psh, how fun. That's a set. I don't even know what that looks like. I would have to look that up. It's only been retired 2 years. Yep. Jackson says, what's your most wanted set for Lego? Well, Jackson, good question. I think at this point, it's been a set out for a long time. It would be the UCS Millennium Falcon, which is, you know, one of the most expensive Lego sets out there. You find, obviously, when you collect Lego, that, you know, the bigger pieces, the bigger sets that you see, the more challenging looking sets you see, you want to get those, and you want to add those to your collection. And so that's kind of, that would be the most wanted, and obviously most desired, because I don't really want to spend the kind of money it takes to get a set like that. But yeah, that would be probably the answer to your question. And then if it's just a set that I would love to get in general, then it would be another one of these modular sets. Not this one, but the Natural History Museum, which is a set that's out right now and not retired. And that set, or that modular set, would be, I think, a fun build. I've heard great things about it. Yeah, so I'd love to build that set. So yeah, there's always, let me turn this around. Looks like I'm adding backlight to the entrance to the floor shop on this side. Interesting how you build these sets in. You leave one set forgotten for a while, and then the instructions bring you back. You gotta put another light sconce on the back door. So there we go. And what else? I need to add another plant piece somewhere here. Two more plant pieces to the back, growing on the coffee shop door. So it's like ivy. Gonna have to move the minifigs out of the way here. So yeah, those are two sets that would be fun to have. Those would be two of my sets I'd love to seek out and get, Alton. And so yeah, what are sets that you guys are thinking you'd want to get? Always the bigger sets are probably the most fun. I would also like to build the Titanic set. The Titanic, the UCS Venator, you know, basically one of those giant sets. So yeah, that would probably be what I'm thinking about, Jackson. Would you like a Lego Times Square? Ooh, so that would be. Do they make that set? I don't. That's a fun idea, Jackson. That would be a very colorful, impressive set. You know, that kind of makes me think of, you know, in the architecture type sets that they have. If they could do it that way, or they could kind of modify in some ways and kind of shrink down the scale, and yeah, have a set like that out. But yeah, Lego Times Square, or, you know, you get up the ante and do other sets like that. Major famous city centers like Shibuya Crossing in Tokyo or something like that. Yeah, that's fun. I think the Ninjago City sets, that's my most favorite one. I think those kind of match up to that type of idea with all the color and lights and signs, street signs, and kind of just making a set look super interesting and making Lego modulars look even more amazing with all that color. And then knowing it's, you know, a real life location. So yes, that's a fun idea. Times Square. How cool would that be? Oh, I just did that. Okay, so now I'm building up some cool. This kind of reminds me of the Jazz Club here with these clear 1x2 or 1x1 stud pieces that, you know, went into making a very cool looking window display. So again, not having a preview. We're not trying to look at a preview. I kind of like to be surprised as I build through these big sets and kind of see what the ultimate build will look like. So I don't know exactly where this set is gonna end up, but I'm liking the fact that I'm also wrapping up bag 3. Ugh, almost there. I feel like I just need to see it through on this Saturday live stream. So thanks guys for being here and being in the live stream and joining me in building up 2 sets today. So very fun having you guys here. Let's see here. Got that. All right. So bag 3 is, it's like the water going down the drain. Okay, so I got a back window to the floor shop. This thing is a huge, like a huge clearance, like in terms of the ceiling height for this store. So if you want to interact with the minifigures here, you gotta have to like reach down and hopefully not knock anything out. So then we got some cool pin pieces to go in to the floor shop here. So let's see, or the Ivy League walls here. Oh boy, this is, oh okay, cool. I was gonna say, is it only connect there? Ugh. So again, the fun and frustrating part of this module the whole time has been the moment I feel I'm making progress, then it gets frustrating with these kind of these connection parts. And I don't want to push this thing off the wall or off the table. That would be a bummer, to say the least. Okay, got the plant inserted. Let's see. Oh, I got to put in another pin piece on the bottom here. All right, cool. So these wall flower plant pieces won't fall off. Okay, now the rose. The rose. Any other name than a rose? Let's see here. These look cool. Oh, good. It's again, seeing the picture. All right, let me turn this around again. Building up. So this is kind of a precursor to all those botanical sets. I don't know when this set came out, if the botanical sets were out yet. But this looks great. See if I can keep that on there. And then the black backdrop of the leaves has the rose effect. Wow. So many accessory builds or side builds to this set kind of make this tricky. Like when you pick it up or move things, you feel like you're gonna eventually knock something off, which I just did, trying to get everything at the right angle. But either way, looks good. There we go. Doesn't feel 100% in place. Oh, and of course forgot a section. Always a little 1x1 stud piece that I forget the detail of. So a little play-by-play here of the build, but it's looking good. Gotta have the rose look like a rose close enough. You can see kind of the detail there. Very cool effect. I think the bottom green leaf, I need to have it stick out more, but I feel like I'm gonna get this out more like that so it fans out. And all right, that looks better. All right, how close are we here? We are on bag 4. Oh my goodness. Now, here's the question. I should not have... Did I miss something? There's no way these are extra pieces. Where did I skip? I need to backtrack. Do I? I mean, everything looks even. Oops. Nothing is missing a layer. Interesting, unless... Oh, the inside. Oh boy, glad I caught that. All right, so we go back to, there was this part right here. I did not put those pieces. I got to make sure I didn't skip a layer of it though. Wow, how do you go more than 10 pages in and not catch that? Okay, so that, although there's still this larger piece there. Okay, that goes there. Ah, there's that. There's still this larger plate piece, so I'm not sure. I think This seems like too significant of a piece, unless it's from. I do have a couple extra pieces from a set I didn't do. But maybe I will look at that offline. So there we go. Okay, bag 1 through 3 is done. A lot more color added. Got the bakery shop. The floor shop gets finished. The canopy, outer tarp, the coffee shop logo, all done. And then a little bit of accessory on the back here with the ivy growing and the back windows. Looking very cool. Hey, Odele, welcome. Glad to see you here, man. Mason says, I love Lego. Yes, Mason. I think I saw that earlier, but yes. Very cool to see you guys. Hey, Aaron, welcome. And Odele, just finished up bag 1 through 3. So a good build, a good Saturday build. Let me show you guys what I finished before I sign off. So you guys caught me at the very tail end of what was a pretty extensive build. I did all of bag 3 on the live stream, so that was pretty intense at times just because there was so much minor details and pieces that I missed. But here's bag 3 looking good. And then I finished up the Ayrton Senna Formula One McLaren as well. So good to see all of you guys. Thanks for joining and being here. Britton Bricks, thanks for modding the whole time. Yeah, this looks all good. So that was a good long live stream. Thanks everyone for joining. Have a great rest of your Saturday, and I will see you soon.